Hey everyone, welcome to Fandom Media. I'm Kyle, aka the Fandalorian, and I hope that all of you are having a marvelous day. In today's video, I will be breaking down episode 3 of WandaVision, discussing all of the awesome Easter eggs, and explaining what the hell is going on in this episode. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell, as I will be doing a breakdown for each episode of WandaVision, as well as each episode for Winter Soldier and Falcon, Loki, and all of the upcoming Marvel Disney Plus shows coming in 2021. So with that said, let's get hyped and let's jump into the video. Episode 2 of WandaVision ended last week with Wanda transforming her world of black and white into a world of color, and the big reveal that Wanda is pregnant. In episode 3, not only does it remain fully in color, WandaVision embraces the 1970s TV comedy aesthetic with a huge influence from the Brady Bunch, with a brightly lit set, new theme song, and loud fashion from that era. We see that Wanda and Vision are preparing for Wanda to give birth, which is moving along very quickly. It's clear that this pregnancy is very different from real-world pregnancies, where it usually takes 9 months or so for a child to be born, and not the 12 or so hours like Vision says. It's interesting because I felt like episode 2 did a really great job at hinting what's currently going on in Westview. However, the theme of episode 2 for the children really stood out to me as odd, considering that there are no children anywhere to be found in Westview. So I guess my question is, why does Marvel insist on making the theme of childbirth central to WandaVision? Well, the devil is in the details, like Dottie said in episode 2. In my episode 2 breakdown, I spoke about the comic storyline where Scarlet Witch warps reality around her and uses the shards of Mephisto's soul unknowingly to create her children, Billy and Tommy, aka Wiccan and Speed. I thought it was really interesting that Dottie said the line of "the devil is in the details," and felt it was even more odd when Agnes replied to Wanda, "That's not the only place he is." In this situation, Agnes is literally telling us, the viewers, that the devil Mephisto is in Westview. Now, I do believe that Wanda is the one creating this false reality bubble in Westview, well, because she does have the ability to alter reality, and she's in a gray state due to the death of Vision. But I now strongly believe, after watching episode 3 multiple times, that Mephisto is acting as a sort of demonic TV producer, pulling the strings behind the scenes and acting as the antagonist in this series. I think it's possible that he is trapping the people of Westview in this version of hell through the manipulation of Wanda's powers with the help of Agnes, who is the witch Agatha Harkness. Everything felt just slightly off in this episode, and if we take a closer look at the dialogue in all of the scenes, I think we can piece together enough clues to figure out what's actually going on. When Vision is speaking to the doctor outside after their appointment to discuss Wanda's pregnancy, the doctor explicitly tells Vision that he is heading to Bermuda for a vacation with his wife. However, later on in the episode, when Vision tells the doctor that he hopes he can make his trip, the doctor reveals to Vision that he never goes to Bermuda because small towns are so hard to escape. I don't think it's a coincidence that the doctor mentions Bermuda, which I believe is a nod to the Bermuda Triangle. The Bermuda Triangle is a loosely defined region of the North Atlantic Ocean where a number of aircraft and ships are said to have disappeared under mysterious circumstances. The Bermuda Triangle is also known as the Devil's Triangle, which could be another hint that what's going on in Westview is because of Mephisto. The doctor mentions that he can't escape Westview for the vacation with his wife, and we know Geraldine, who is playing the part of Monica Rambeau, was physically ejected by Wanda when she becomes angry after she mentions that her brother Pietro was killed by Ultron. We clearly see at the end of the episode that Westview is being monitored by what is most likely S.W.O.R.D. Wanda has a very strong reaction to Monica's necklace before she ejects her from Westview, because she knows that S.W.O.R.D. would pierce this reality bubble that she has created, where her and Vision are finding some semblance of happiness, and where she doesn't have to listen to people tell her about hard truths like the death of her brother at the hands of Ultron. Two other things that really stood out to me in this episode was Vision's anxiety about Wanda's health and about what's going on in Westview, and Agnes. She is seemingly trying to hide the truth of what's actually going on from Vision. When Vision and Wanda are speaking in the nursery, Vision has an ominous quote from Shakespeare. He says, "All the world's a stage, all the men are merely players, they have their exits and they have their entrances." I think it's a big clue into what's actually going on in Westview, that the people in Westview are just performing their roles and will have their exits and their entrances. The second part is a bit more ominous and could hint at some possible deaths maybe in the upcoming episodes, but it's still harrowing to think of all of them just being puppets in some sort of twisted alternate reality being played out in the form of sitcom TV episodes. Which brings me to the role of Agnes. What role is she playing in all of this? I mean, I find it really interesting that she's so interested in Wanda's pregnancy. She also specifically asks Vision if Monica is alone with Wanda in their house, and stops her from telling Vision why they're actually all there in Westview. Agnes doesn't like the fact that she's new to the community, which makes sense considering it looks like Monica is there with S.W.O.R.D to help Wanda have a sort of awakening and break free from whoever is doing this to her. And get this, everyone, this is super exciting. Episode 4 is supposed to show a perspective shift. According to Elizabeth Olsen, who said this in a recent interview, it would make sense, since Monica got ejected at the end of episode 3, that we could see the POV from the other side, the people at S.W.O.R.D that are trying to figure out what's going on in Westview. So yeah, I'm super excited to see what happens in episode 4 tomorrow. Be on the lookout for my WandaVision episode breakdown tomorrow, sometime in the afternoon. I will also be doing more videos on WandaVision. I absolutely love it so far. I only think it's going to get better, so I think it makes sense to do some like Easter egg videos, some theory videos. I will be doing my podcast, of course, every Sunday at 1 p.m. with Hacks Dogma, called the Marvel Podcast. But yeah, let me know what style of videos that you would like to see coming next from the channel. Feel free to let me know in the comment section, and I'll do my absolute best to address everything I can in future videos. Thank you so much for watching, everyone, and I hope that you all have a marvelous day.